What is up guys, this is JZ here and welcome back for another exciting Godfall build video. This build is an update to the two-shot build I had made previously for Armistice. It is stronger and more powerful than my older version. I tested through many gear pieces and finally finished up on what I have here for you all today. It's able to hit damage numbers in the millions with just regular attacks as well. Also it does crazy damage with your shields. With all the new cursed loot added, it makes this build even more stronger. So let's get right into it. Since we want to do the most damage in this build, we are going to go for physical DPS weapons, so we can inflict bleed. The weapons that you would want to use is the Seath. Since this weapon will give us greater blessing of luck, we can use our secondary stats to increase crit damage, weak point damage or weapon tech damage instead of upgrading crit chance. This should be one of the main weapons you should be looking out for. The Sword of Courage also works great for this, as this is a bleed build. The Curved Great Sword Bramble works very nicely as well, as it can give you more crit damage. But what I use mostly for my runs is the Sword of Dominance, with the perk from the Dracula's Legacy and the Dragon Coil. This will give us Blessing of Luck as well as charge our shields super fast. I went for a build with mostly no healing because of the really high damage output, and your shields is a great way to knock enemies away from you. Then for the secondary weapon, we are going to be using a hammer. The hammer's weapon technique will give you the most insane damage. Any hammer will work best, but here are my suggestions. The Vasara, then this one, I have no idea how to say its name, but here it is. Or the Darkstar Crusher. Any one of those hammers will work really well for this build. But the hammer that I use is the Obsidian Hammer, which had the perk from the Vodoria and the Konabo. This will help me use my banners more often. For the amulet, we are going to be using the Amulet of the Exarchs, allowing me to have my banners charged really fast, so we can use them as often as we can. For the charm, we are using the Matrix Star, with the perks from the Lion's Talisman and the War Talisman. This will give me weapon tech charged really fast, as well as applying the Mark of Fragility. The rings are where we can change things up. The important ring you will need to get is the Dustlord Signet. Without this, you will not be able to do the massive damage, because we will need to expose the weak points. Then if you feel you're dying too much, add either Zoe's Embrace or the Eye of the Dragon. Otherwise, any items that you have which give you great weak point or weapon tech damage. I'm using the Fiona's ring to give me more weak point damage. This ring actually drops as an uncommon ring, which you can then upgrade to a legendary. For the Lifestone and banner, we will keep it to the Archon's tier and the Mace's bandroll. Now we look at the Augments. The first one we are using is Paradise, to give us more weapon tech charge speed with every critical hit. Then we have Frostfire. Since this is a Rampage build, we will get more crit damage whenever we enter Rampage. Then we are using Foreboding Reach. This will give us bonus Rampage damage for every 20 might on adjacent augments. Then for the important augment, we are using the Cursed Augment Charging Lion. All of our Rampage damage will give us bonus weak point damage as well. This one augment alone gives us a bonus of 150% weak point damage, so this augment is a must. Then for the next augment we have Carnage. This will give us bonus crit damage for every 20 might on adjacent augments as well. Make sure you place it in this position to get the most out of it. Then we have Twilight Bloom. This will increase your weapon tech damage immensely. Then for the last might augment we have Spark, for more added weapon tech charge speed whenever we hit weak points. For the one spirit augment we will use Scourge, so we can charge our shield abilities faster. For the one vitality augment we are using Rift, for bonus damage per element on the enemies. Make sure on the spirit and vitality augments you make the masterwork upgrade to add might, so you can get the most out of it from Foreboding Reach and Carnage. All the might augments should have weak point damage and weapon tech damage. Physical damage on your spirit and vitality augments will work best. Here is a look at the skill tree. Spec fully into takedowns, so you can get free takedowns since you will be killing with your weapon tech almost all the time. Also, since you don't have many survival items, having these free takedowns is an easy way to interrupt enemy attacks. Also, I do recommend going for the explosive wave on your shield throws. Shield throws and explosive waves are able to target weak points, and the explosive wave that targets weak points will benefit from all the weak point damage that you have on your character. Here's a look at my Ascension powers that I used. Now here's a look at our stat sheet. Our weak point damage and repeating damage is crazy high. Our resistances are not so much, but if you are having trouble, make sure to replace your rings. And that's it for the build, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This build is by far the strongest weapon tech and weak point build I have made so far. It's been able to do ridiculous damage. You can easily reach floor 30 with this build with absolutely no problems whatsoever. You can do Lightbringer with greater curses as well, but you will have to play very carefully and choose the proper curses, otherwise you will die instantly. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and comment down below what you guys all thought of it. If you would like to see more of my builds and guides on Godfall, be sure to subscribe and I will have a lot more builds on my channel, as well as new builds coming soon. I shall catch you all next time.